Seahawks defensive end Cliff Avril is back with us today. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So who is better right now, Rams or Patriots?
Well, obviously the Rams are playing good ball, but I still think the Patriots are a better team.
Really?
Yes, and the reason I think so, one, Tom Brady's the GOAT. I know. Y'all tend to have issues with that.
It's okay. You're just stating
but Tom is the GOAT, man. He's still putting up crazy numbers.
He is.
And then on top of that, Sony Michel, my Haitian partner, he's running the ball extremely well. So, and Tom, I don't think over the years have actually had a consistent running back. So once you add that dynamic to it, that team just became that much better. With the Rams, a couple weeks ago, we kind of seen the Seahawks kind of put a chink in their armor a little bit. I noticed that if you run the ball extremely well with those guys, if you run the ball against those guys, and you slow Todd Gurley down, your possibilities of winning that game goes up tremendously. I mean, Todd Gurley only had 77 yards, and you see how close that game was. But now when Todd puts up these crazy numbers, their offense opens up tremendously. So that's why I feel like the Patriots are a little better than the Rams.
Well, I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, I get it. The Rams, the Patriots, New Orleans, all those guys, Kansas City right there. But I went to the Rams for the very reason. I believe right now, if you had to vote, Todd Gurley would probably be the MVP of the league. Leads the league in rushing, lead the league in touchdowns, lead the league in the yards from scrimmage. He's phenomenal. Running the football, catching the ball out of the backfield. They're dynamic. They're as explosive. They're not as quick strike as Kansas City. But when Cooks and Kupp and Robert Woods, they get it going, they're as good as advertised. It's really close. I think the thing is that when we look at the top 4 teams, Skip, be it the Rams, New England, the Saints, Kansas City, all of them have flaws. Defensively, their defenses are liabilities. And they put a lot of pressure on their offenses, mainly the quarterback because he's in charge, to score a bunch of points. And all these teams can. But if you give me, say, okay, a neutral site, I'm probably going to take the Rams right now. Now, ask me this 2 weeks from now or a month from now, it might be a difference. But I'm going to give it to the Rams because they are unbeaten and they played really, really well thus far.
So, if we're talking defense, the Rams have a much better defense than the Patriots do because the Patriots I watched on Sunday night gave up 31 in the second half to Mahomes and company. The one thing that has surprised me about the Rams defense is they're not taking the ball away and they're not sacking the quarterback. They're way down the list. They're 28th in takeaways and 22nd in sacks. So it's not like they're dominating people or they're terrorizing people, but are they, they're really good. They're solid on defense. So the edge to me, to your point, is Brady's offense. And something has happened sort of under the radar for the last 3 weeks. Josh Gordon joined that team, and all of a sudden, even though it wasn't all about him and his production, just his mere presence on the field has changed everything for this offense. Now, Edelman came back 2 games ago, so now you have Edelman and Josh Gordon, and I was upset, as you know, on Monday with Brady and Josh Gordon weren't on the same page on Sunday night. There are a lot of back shoulders where he just didn't get it. They haven't figured that all out yet.
He almost got a pick thrown.
He almost got a pick. But the point is, all of a sudden, Tom Brady has a potential nuclear weapon at the wideout that he hasn't had like that since Randy Moss. So all of a sudden, it's changing the whole dynamic because they've gone 3 straight games on offense going 38, 38, and 43. And to your point, your brother, Sony Michel, all of a sudden, he just got off, man. I mean, he's been running wild. He's averaged 105 yards on the ground in those 3 games. It's gone 112, 98, 106. Well, that's pretty good because I didn't see that coming. But all of a sudden, because you got Josh Gordon and then you bring back Edelman, whoosh, the field gets spread out. And they have taken off.
I believe, here's the thing. I don't believe that there's anybody coming back for the New England Patriots on the defensive side of the football that's going to make them any better. I don't
either.
I believe when Talib comes back for the Rams.
I would agree.
Now, all of a sudden, they can play a lot more man-to-man coverage.
I would agree.
In which they can, because they feel they can hold up. Peters going to take, Peters will get better. I still believe he's banged up with that I think he had an ankle injury a couple of weeks ago. But they'll get better on that side of the ball. So, like I said, it's really close. I mean, New Orleans is going to have a say in this. Kansas City, if Justin Houston can come back, it's just hard to count on Eric Berry, Skip, because that heel, we don't know because he had that Achilles injury. So we don't know if and when. I'm just going to say Justin Houston, who can go opposite of D Ford that can add some pressure. So now maybe that brings them back because offensively, Oh, Kansas City takes a backseat to no one. They take a backseat to no one.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I reiterate what you said with Tom and Co is, okay, you got Gronk, you got some of these other key pieces that are playing at a high level, and then you add Sony to that dynamic. Because Tom hasn't really had a solid running back for a long time.
Yep.
So if Sony can come along, I mean, their offensive playbook just opens up tremendously. And then Tom, I just feel like he's never out of a game. You come fourth quarter, you know, he's dissecting some stuff. So
Well, you saw it up close and personal, right?
I seen it personally,
you're up
exactly.
24 to 14, right?
Yeah, but it would have helped if y'all could have got some points on the offensive end, huh, in the fourth quarter, huh? But no, Cliff, go ahead, go ahead, make the point. I don't want you to throw anybody under the bus, but I'm just saying if you'd have scored 3 points
Score, yes, of course. If you could score, I agree with that. But what I'm saying, as far as for Tom, and you can't discredit what he's just consistently doing that to a lot of teams.
Yes,
even great defenses like the Seahawks had. So when you put all that together, I think Tom has the longevity, experience, and we all know the NFL is a long season. So all these teams that we're high up on right now, come week 10, week 11. 2 or 3 of those might be on the bottom half of what we're thinking now, right? So, but with Tom, you know they're always going to be at the top in that conference.
The thing that serves everybody well is that New Orleans, they play in a dome. Atlanta, one of the teams they play in a dome. Kansas City, they're used to playing outside in the element because they play in Kansas City and they have to go. They've already gone to Denver. The Rams, they're in LA. So weather really is not going to be these teams that would know, like, well, let's see what happens when the weather turns bad. These guys are either in a dome or they play in a situation where they're used to the weather. In LA, I mean, what's bad weather here, Skip? 60 degrees?
But what about when they go on the road, though? I mean, you're so used to this great weather. What about when you go to Seattle and it's raining?
Well, they already beat Seattle in Seattle. Then go to Arizona, nice weather there. They get the 49ers.
Dome. Yeah.
They get 49ers with C.J. Beathard.
So
That is true.
as much as I respect the job that Jared Goff has done, just sort of coming of age, because he's third in this league in QBR, to your point, neutral site, do I want Jared Goff or Tom Brady? I think I'm taking Tom Brady in that game.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. The experience, the length. I mean, this man talking about playing until he's 45. He's been doing it so consistent. We don't know what Jared's playing good ball. Don't get me wrong. But you know, the hardest thing to do in the NFL is be consistent. So we got to see what he can bring.
Well, he got 1 year up on his belt. He played well last year. He's doing off to a good start this year. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But old Wade Phillips know how to dial that thing up to Tom Brady now. You know, he knows how to get him.
Yep.
No, he gets after him for sure.
By the way, how close did you come to getting him in that fourth quarter of that Super Bowl? Did you ever get close to him?
Well, I got hurt actually in the first half. So that was a big.
Oh, so you got hurt. So Sherm was hurt. Yeah. Cam was hurt. Earl was hurt. Y'all lost. Oh,
tell the whole story.
I'm glad you brought that up. Well, go ahead. Tell us all the injuries that you guys had. Because I know Sherm had the torn elbow.
Sherm was banged up. We lost Jeremy Lane in the first half as well. So we lost a lot of players in that first half.
Cam was playing with the sprained MCL. Earl tore his labrum.
Yep. So we were missing a lot of guys. That first half. That first half, we were getting after him.
You didn't tell me this.
He don't speak on that.
You didn't tell me. You knew this. Did you know this man didn't play this?
I did not know that.
Yes, I watched the second half in the locker room. Yeah. So
what happened?
I got a concussion in that game.
You got a concussion.
So yeah.
From hitting what? Who?
No, I got blindsided actually by a running back on the chip block. And y'all were having that debate with quarterbacks not being able to get hit. I agree with Shannon. That's why they can play till they 45, because they're not getting hit. They're not getting hit. You ain't got to worry about that.
But Tom Brady's the GOAT, so we got that.
He is the GOAT. You can't take that. But also being able to play till he's 45, that's only because he's a quarterback. And they're protected very well.
50 just to haunt you.
Don't worry about it. Aaron Rodgers going to be right there with it. Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, Aaron Rodgers gets hurt a lot, though. He
still
gets hurt.
But he's tough, though, because he ain't missing too many games.
Cliff, thank you for being here. Good to have the context to the story. Guess who's coming here next? Method Man. We're going to talk to him about music, TV, LeBron, Odell, plenty. That's next.